Hi, this is Gerald Salenti. It's Thursday, October 26th, 2017. And here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front, over there in Asia, everything's up except Hang Seng, hanging just a little lower. Over there in Europe, boop, boop, boop. Here in the States, Dow up, NASDAQ down, but just a little bit. Oil up a little bit, gold down. Whew, gold got whacked over 10 bucks. And the market front, well, the stocks went up on the news that earnings are good. Other than that, same old story. So we believe we're hitting a flat line here with the stock market. Earnings season's about half done now, coming in better than expected on average. Not great, but good. So here we are. And what's going to bring it down? You never know. A wild card, and they all could be played at any time. So that's about it. And gold, of course, took a hit because over there, and we kept telling you, watch Thursday, watch Thursday. Mario Draghi, Mario Draghi. He, the guy that was the head of the Goldman Sachs gang over there in Europe, before they made him head of the ECB. You know, banksters shift around. It's all a fraud. Central bank. It's a mafia. Call it what it is. Central banksters. A crime group. Oh, no, they're central banksters. And we're the regular banksters. Yeah, anyway, they made him central bankster. He had the big meeting everybody was waiting for today. Will the ECB continue with its quantitative easing? Quantitative that. What easing? Giving money to corporations to borrow at zero and buying up government bonds to keep the Ponzi scheme going. The only thing that's growing are the equity markets. Everybody's income is down. Those are only the facts. Draghi and the rest of you prostitutes out there that keep pumping the
bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
So, gold touches nearly 3-week low as ECB plan lifts dollar. Yeah, the ECB, the European central banksters, are also going to keep interest rates in that negative territory. Oh, yeah. Hey, nobody's ever heard of it before, but we can keep doing it. Just like nobody's ever heard of quantitative easing. Yeah, again, I called it wrong. I thought there'd be a crash in 2012. I never dreamt of negative interest rates or quantitative easing. So they're going to cut it back from 60 billion euros a month to 30 billion euros a month. And Draghi doesn't call it tapering. No. Quote, this is not tapering. It's a downsize. So this downsize is the third time that ECB has extended its calendar for QE. Yeah, QE. F-U, QE. The latest move will push the overall size of the program above 2.5 trillion euros, or almost a quarter of the region's economic output, and more than double its originally planned size. Originally planned.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
That's all it is. It's been horse shit from the beginning, and the people keep eating it up. That's right. Let them control your lives. Don't protest. Don't rally. No, get in your identity group. Yeah. I say more transgender bathrooms. That's the mentality. As the bankers rob us of our lives and livelihoods. But hey, the rich are getting richer. 8 cats in the world got more dough than half of the world's population combined. Growth sped up in the third quarter over there in the UK. Gross domestic product expanded 0.4% with an annual rate of 1.6%. Yeah, what's the rate over there in China? That's almost, 6.9? Oh, they're having a bad year over there in India. It's only 5.7. And they call that growth. Again, the fish rots from the head down, and we're saying this economy is going to start slowing down. It's rotting from the top. Hampton mansions pile up while buyers battle over smaller homes. And here we got the number on the high end. Buyers showed less interest in acquiring luxury homes than sellers did in listing them. Inventory in that top 10% of the market jumped 22%. Again, it's all a matter of numbers. The people cannot afford homes. High prices and low supply are keeping potential home buyers at bay. This just came out according to the National Association of Realtors. August reading was revised down. That puts the index at its lowest level since January 2015. It's down 3.5% from a year ago, and existing homes were flat in September. For two reasons. They say, well, there's not a lot of supply. There's 6 months supply. That's plenty of supply. People have no money. Anyway, on to some other business news. I'm mentioning this because you'll see why. Coke gains from new diet soda. Do you ever see these people like this drinking diet soda? Yeah, it's really helping. It's been great. The United States is only the most obese country in the world. Diet soda works perfectly. We got all the studies to prove it. How much could I get paid to say this? Yeah, what trade association could I work for, you know? Anyway, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, which the Atlanta company rolled out in the U.S. in August after introducing it last year. In the U.K., replaced Coke Zero. Both are sweetened with aspartame and acesulfame K rather than acesulfame F. Acesulfame. Though Zero Sugar is formulated to taste more like the original Coke. What a joke. Yep. PepsiCo puts focus back on core cola brand. PepsiCo company has gone too far in promoting low-calorie drinks and snacks, neglecting its trademark cola and contributing to the first quarterly sales drop in the largest business unit in 2 years. The maker of Mountain Dew drinks and Lay's Crispy. McDonald's traffic grows again. Number of diners visiting restaurants had been down for years. Same-store sales also beat analyst estimates in the U.S. Some 65% of baby food products in the U.S., including 4 out of 5 baby formulas, contain traces of toxic arsenic, a new study has found. All right? All this talk about, sales are going down because people's is eating healthier. Go into the supermarket, one row after another of crap. And you know what I say? They say that pigs can't fly. Been to the airport lately? Yeah, people walking down the street eating like phones. It's a junk food society. Junk in, junk out, junk from the top. The fish rots from the head down. Hey, what does Trump like to eat? It isn't McDonald's? No, KFC, I think. And speaking of Trump, FCC to FUC us again to lift limits on media deals. The Federal Communications Commission is planning to make sweeping changes to media ownership rules next month, eliminating or scaling back long-standing limits on local ownership of TV stations. And the plan has drawn criticism from Democrats and others who worry that it will lead to more consolidation and concentration of power, less diversity, and a loss of locally generated content. The locally generated content's gone already. You little slimy Democrats. It's your slick Willie that deregulated the Federal Communications Act in 1996. This is just the other nail in the Fourth Estate rest in peace coffin. There is no Fourth Estate anymore. Here, read your Trends Journal. Derek Osinenko, former editor-in-chief of Gannett News Service and CEO of the Trends Research Institute, wrote all about it. On to some other news. Union leaders echo President Trump on NAFTA. Important story. NAFTA is a strong Trump card. If NAFTA goes through, you're going to see some real changes in Mexico and Canada. They're going to be hurt the most, not the United States, the multinationals, and we believe it's the best for America as well, because I've been following this since it happened and know the details and the numbers and the people that have benefited and the small people that haven't. Oh, let's go to the toilet paper record to see what they have to say today in the business section. Look at this junk. Look at this stupidity. And these arrogant little New York slimers with their attitude producing crap like this. Look at the size of that photo. Takes up about 80% of the page. Jack Dorsey is the CEO of Twitter. What do I care what this guy looks? Look at this. You know why they do it? Because they have nothing to say. And moving on to some other news. Critics give way as the GOP tilts to Trump's orbit. Party with less and less room for older breed of conservative. Acquiesce or go home. Old news for Trends Journal subscribers. I wrote this when Trump got elected, that the party would not dominate him and he would dominate the party and people would be peeling out. And that's what's going on now. As a matter of fact, you got this guy that just quit, said he wasn't going to re-enlist to run again. In biting speech, Flake denounces reckless Trump. Senator Jeff Flake. Who would believe a guy with a name like Flake, man? And this is this little low-life clown. Not that I'm saying he's right or wrong about supporting Trump or not, but here's what he says. The personal attacks, the threats against principles, freedoms, and institutions, the flagrant disregard for truth and decency that he said has become prevalent in American politics in the era of Mr. Trump. Hey, little slime ball, little boy, when you were Representative Flaky, you loved the wars that Bush gave us, didn't you, you little scum? Oh, I know. Which one did you like better, Afghanistan or Iraq? Which lie did you suck up to the most? Maybe it was too big to fail or too big to jail. You little clowns. The word politician is a dirty word. Look it up in the dictionary. Write it there, black and white. People, organizations that want power. Power to tell you how to run your life. And all you little morons that believe in your two-bit little conservative, liberal, Democratic, and Republican ideology deserve what you get. You don't belong anywhere other than in a clown suit with the rest of the clowns that you believe in. You don't believe in ideologies, you believe in actions. And the Flake man, snowflaked out. And also on the front page of the New York Times, the toilet paper record, right next to the story of critics give way as the GOP tilts to Trump's orbit, Boko Haram strapped suicide bomb to them. Somehow these teenage girls survived. Look at that photo, huh? Not enough? Here, open it up. Hey, how about that photo, huh? Hey, that photo's not enough? I got another one for you. Hey, how about that spread? Wow, look at this rag and the arrogance spewing out of their mouths and all their little clowny boys and girls that write their editorial pieces. This who's you're associated with? You're not associated with the Trends Journal. All we do is have action-packed stories, history before it happens, no fluff, only the real deal. And then finally, Twitter bans all RT advertising, citing election interference. Citing...
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
That's right. No election interference. Not one piece of evidence. And they keep going back to that stupid story that they wrote, according to the intelligence report, about RT, when they had nothing else to say, trying to prove that Russia hacked into the DNC and was anti-Clinton and pro-Trump. Pure propaganda. Right here. Here it is, right in your Trends Journal. Big story. Pure propaganda. American prostitute media have a tale to tell, and the public is buying it. Hate Russia. And there you got it. Early this year, the U.S. intelligence community named RT and Sputnik as implementing state-sponsored Russian efforts to interfere with and disrupt the 2016 presidential election, which is not something we want on Twitter. No, you want a bunch of Twitter crap, don't you? Huh? Not something. No proof. Little boys bending over. Oh, wait a minute. Here he was, bent over and ripped in half, sucking up to the politicians, another guy with not a pair of cojones. It's America, the country of cowards, gutless. They don't support peace. They love dirty wars, bow down and suck up to their politicians, and do what they're told. And don't forget, along the lines of doing what you're told, you got a trend alert today, and it's a big one. JFK papers are coming out later today, ostensibly. I have the real story of what Governor John Connally, who was sitting in front of Kennedy, told me about what happened that day when I met him in Dallas in 1992. And here we are. I was a young guy back then, standing in front of the Texas School Book Depository with his wife Nellie. And it sums up what he told me, what I just said. If the American people knew what was going on, there'd be a revolution in this country. This is Gerald Salenti, and that's some of today's trends in the news.